Hello, hello. I'm literally laughing right now because if you can see the current setup, if you're watching this on YouTube, you will see this. It's currently 10:27 p.m. on Wednesday, the Wednesday before you're listening to this on a Friday. If you're listening to this in real time, I'm in my car right now. I have the car lights on. I have my phone propped up to record this. I'm sipping on my Miracle Worker magnesium. My hair is greased up because I went to acupuncture massage today. I've got the baby monitor here. Like, this is what is happening, because when I tell you that I am committed to this community and I will always show up for you, I am not exaggerating, okay? Like, I am showing the F up. I've tried recording in this episode. Actually, I'm talking about a totally different topic than I was planning on to today, because that's just what ended up happening. But I tried recording this episode twice already today. Madison, my daughter, is 12 weeks old. Well, she's really, by the time you're listening to this, she's almost 13 weeks old now. But she like sleeps a lot better when she's in the car and we like are, driving around or running errands or whatever. She sleeps like longer periods of time. So I was driving around. I've been recording episodes in my car, and I started doing that today, and she woke up like 2 sentences into the episode. So I was like, all right, I'll try it later. So after, we came home, we're in the drive. I'm like, all right, let me try it now. She woke up again. I was like, all right, this clearly isn't working. I'm just going to be recording this episode after she goes to bed tonight, which she went to bed a couple hours ago, but we had dinner, did all things, whatever. So anyway, here I am for you. I was going to record an episode on a completely different topic today, but I was like, this is what's on my heart to share, so I know it's going to support you, maybe you specifically, and that is what I'm trying to do, to help you no matter what is going on. Oh my gosh, my neighbor just came out across the street. But P.S., we are new to, not to the neighborhood, we've lived in this like city for a while. It's not a city, we're in the suburbs, but you know what I'm saying. But we're in a different part of town. We moved into a house, and the neighbor just came out, so I don't know what he's doing, but it's probably like, why is our new neighbor in her car at 10:30 p.m. with the lights on, looking like she's talking to herself with the video propped up against her? Anyway, we're moving on. Hopefully they don't think we're complete weirdos. Okay, so what we were talking about today is really like showing up for yourself. And this is why I totally changed the topic, because of me showing up for this podcast right now. And it's like, I'm so committed to this, but I really want to talk to you about this from a health lens, because like I just said, my husband and I moved into our new home at the time that you're listening to this a week and a half ago. And like I said, we have a 12-week-old, we were renovating this home that we're in. There's still things that need to be renovated, but there has been so much going on, specifically these last 2 weeks of like needing to pack up our whole home, because my husband has been working his regular job. He's been renovating on, literally day and night he's working. Like there's literally no time he wasn't working because of his job and then for renovating this house. So I was packing pretty much up everything, except like he packed up his clothes and all that stuff, because we were like, we have to divide and conquer at this point. So, and obviously that's difficult with newborn. Thankfully I have family to help, but the point is there's been so much going on, right? And like I said, I'm postpartum, about 13 weeks postpartum time you're listening to this, and I've been really proud of myself for how I've been showing up nutritionally and like really prepping my breakfasts. We've been cooking at home a lot instead of like going out and eating. I've been doing my best to not skip meals, even if it's just grabbing a Sakara bar or an IQ bar or something like that, so that I'm not tanking my blood sugar. But what I've realized is I've lately, if you are postpartum, or even if you're not postpartum, but this will definitely ring true if you are, your body's like doesn't really feel, not that it doesn't feel like my own, but like sometimes I'll walk past the mirror and I'll look and just be like whose body is that? Because like part of it looks like I still have like a little belly, right? Like kind of like, I don't even know how many weeks I was at this point where it looked like this, but sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, it looks like I still have like a little baby bump. It's certain, it's however many weeks pregnant it was when I looked like that. And I'm like, it's just so weird to me, because I never experienced that before. I never felt like that before. I never had like, not never, because before I was really on this journey I did, but it's been a long time that I've had a difficult time like getting dressed or being like, oh, this doesn't fit me right like it did anymore. What am I supposed to wear? I don't want to buy all new clothes. Like, it's a very, very weird part, which if you're currently pregnant, do not waste your money on a lot of maternity clothes, okay? Save your money and spend it on clothes postpartum, because postpartum is a lot longer period of time than it is that you're pregnant, and things change and move and things are just different sizes. So like prioritize spending money postpartum on clothes than maternity. That's just a tip for you. But anyway, I've realized that I have not been prioritizing exercise. Like, I do daily walks and things like that, but the past 2 weeks specifically, I have really like pulled back on doing my actual like Pilates and core and pelvic floor strengthening exercise, which is really important to me to do to rehab my core, not just from a physical standpoint. Yes, of course, I'm not going to lie to you. Obviously, I want the little like pouch, looks like I'm still kind of a little bit pregnant, to go away. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, of course I want that to go away, but I also want to feel good in my body. And what I realized is I've been a little bit more on edge. I just don't feel like I want to feel throughout the day because I'm not moving my body consistently, other than walking, which walking is super, super important. I do that most every day, weather permitting, with Madison, but there's something different about rolling out my mat and doing an exercise, even for 10 minutes. And the thing is, it's like, I have, and I'm sure there's something you can connect this to, where you know it's a habit that makes you feel good. You're like, I know that I feel good doing this. I know that this is what's going to help me reach my goals mentally, physically, emotionally, all of it. But I also know that there's 100 excuses as to why I'm not doing this right now. Like, I have 100 excuses as to why I don't have to, why I was not showing up for my like Pilates exercises every single day. And those excuses are valid, right? Like packing up a home, taking care of the baby, picking out things for renovations, running errands, running the business, recording podcast episodes, like answering clients. Then once we moved, unpacking boxes, organizing, doing laundry, emptying the dishwasher. Like, literally the list will always go on and on and on. And all those excuses are valid, right? So it's like, it's not about, okay, their excuses aren't there, but it's like, how can I just stop getting in my own freaking way and actually do what's required for me to feel the way that I want to feel? So like, what are you currently not doing right now that you know is hindering your mental, physical, emotional success and well-being and how you actually want to feel in your mind and in your body? Like, those excuses are valid, right? And the excuses you probably have are valid too, but you could simply just say, F this. Like, it comes to a point where you're like, I'm so sick of my own shit. I'm so sick of my own excuses that like, I'm just done with it. And I'm going to make the time for 10 minutes of a Pilates flow. It's like, I can find 10 minutes. It's not that I can't find these 10 minutes. It's that instead I was like, okay, I have 15 minutes while Madison's playing on her mat, or while so-and-so is here to help me with her, or while Chris is hanging out with her. It's like, okay, I can either take this time to unpack a box, to clean up the house, to prep food, to work on the business, to do whatever, or I could take this time to do a workout. And honestly, the last 2 weeks, the other things have been taking precedent. And the thing is, it's like, I'm not beating myself up about this, and I don't want you to beat yourself up about whatever's coming up for you, because massive grace for yourself always, especially when you're postpartum, especially when you're juggling a lot, when your capacity is being extended. Like, I have never been in this stage of life that I've been. I've never been a mom before. I've never had a newborn before. I've never been selling a house and buying a house at the same time while renovating. Like, it's so much happening at one time. So it's like, I'm just learning how to expand my capacity, but it's about making a choice. Like, are you choosing to take whatever time that you have to do things that are actually going to get you closer to whatever your goal is? Or are you choosing the excuse that's not letting you show up for yourself? Because once you get into that pattern, it's so easy to validate your excuses, because they are valid. Like, they're real reasons why you're not showing up. But you have to move past them, because if you don't move past them, you're never going to see the result that you actually want to see, period. Like, it's not going to happen. So I was like, frig this. I'm sick of feeling not like myself in my body, and just like feeling like frustrated, because I was feeling frustrated that I wasn't actually prioritizing this. Like, I was just like, I don't, and it is a physical thing, but honestly, after doing it, after a 10-minute workout, obviously your body's not going to change after one 10-minute workout. Like, that's not how it works. But I seriously feel better physically when I do that, and I feel better mentally, and that's how I want to feel. And I also want this to be an example for Madison of like seeing me do this. Obviously, she's 13 weeks, she doesn't know what's going on at this point, but it adds up. That's the point that I'm making. So what I want you to do is really like look at things in your life, like, what are you currently making excuses for, instead of just showing the F up for yourself? because you are the only person that can change your reality. You're the only person that's going to be able to change your health physically, mentally, emotionally. You're the only person that's going to be able to get out of your own way, to stop doing things that are not supporting you, to start doing things that are supporting you, to get rid of the excuses, to make time for yourself, to prioritize it. It's entirely up to you. You are entirely up to you, which Melissa Wood Tepperberg says that all the time. I love her flows. I'm doing postpartum ones right now with not through Melissa Wood Health, but I do love her just in general, and she always says you are entirely up to you, and it is so true. The choice is yours. The choice is yours to either stay stuck in your excuses, holding yourself back from making a decision that's going to support you, whether that is rolling out your freaking mat and just doing a 10-minute exercise, whether that is doing your 5-minute meditation every day, going for a walk, prepping your freaking breakfast so you have it ready for you, prepping your lunch, cooking more dinners at home, hiring a coach, going into that program, going back to school, leaving that job, like whatever it is for you. You're the only person that's going to make it happen. And you can just either sit there and stay stuck in it, or you can make a change. And it's like, yes, it's hard to get out of a rut to make this actual change, but it's harder to sit in your own shit and to not see the results that you know that you can see and that you're worthy of seeing, that you deserve to see, simply because you're like comfortable in the excuses that you're currently in. So get rid of your excuses, show up for your freaking self, because you deserve it. And so does everybody else around you, because you're going to be such a happier person when you're showing up for the things that you actually want to do in your life, especially if you have children. Like, they deserve to have a parent who is actually doing things for themselves that makes them feel good. Like, in addition to, of course, Madison's my number one priority. She's always going to come, her needs are going to come before mine, always, 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 always. That just is what it is, which is why in the middle of a workout, if she starts crying, the workout ends and I go get her, and then maybe I'll come back to it. But the point is, they deserve for you to be the best version of yourself. And that doesn't mean you have to be perfect, because perfect is a freaking lie. Look at this situation that I am in right now, recording this episode. Like, perfect doesn't exist. But you feeling as best as you can feel and doing the things that are required to do that, they deserve that from you, and you deserve that from you. So ask yourself, how can I stop making excuses for X thing and just freaking make a decision to do it? You know how much mental energy you will save from, instead of thinking about these excuses and thinking, okay, I'll just do it later, I'll push it off, or this is more important, or whatever, and you're getting frustrated, you're feeling bitter, like whatever it is. It's like, how much mental energy can we save if we just make a freaking decision and do it and move on with our lives? Like, we'll save so much more time just instead of going back and forth, which is kind of a whole different topic. But anyway, that was on my heart to share with you today. Not the episode I was planning on recording, but here we are. Hopefully this resonates with you. Please let me know if you vibe with this episode, if you like my little setup, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you are, and you have your Miracle Worker Magnesium, or whether you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple or whatever, maybe you're listening to this at night and you have your Miracle Worker Magnesium with you. Is it in a wine glass like it is for me right now? If it is, cheers to this. Cheers to you getting out of your own way, for dropping the excuses, for doing the damn freaking thing, for showing up for yourself, because you deserve it. And think about where you're going to be in a month if you just commit to doing whatever it is that you need to do, whether that's 10-minute workout, 5-minute meditation, joining that course, hiring a coach, or going back to the gym, like, I don't know, prepping your breakfast every day for a month. Like, where are you going to be in a month from now if you just stop making excuses and you show up? Holy shit, the possibilities are literally endless, and that's what keeps me going. It's like, damn, I cannot wait to see how much better I feel and look in a month from now just from showing up for myself. Like, let's freaking go. I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. I love you so much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.